Hi, it's Michelle Birdsong, Eve, mother of all living, daughter of the sun. You're looking at a picture of Singh, Jesus Christ, the Buddha. The name of this video is part 2, Righteous Singh Birdsong meets Unjust Gayle. Kind of making a Freudian slip to Michelle Birdsong being Freud. Stevie Wonder sang automatically what was in his heart. What it is oh so new. What it is oh so true. I just called to say I love you. It's a revelation that made him millions of dollars of sold records, though the true meaning of the words escaped everybody except me, because I know Edwin and my creation at the time was new, and even now, except for the song God's Home is True. And I know because I remember that Stevie called after he heard the album What It Is to say I love you. Can you come to my apartment in Queens? I'd like to meet you. So all the money that Edwin made began with his masterpiece album, as disc jockey Gary Bird terms it. The best album Edwin ever did was What It Is. So the money, equipment, and house and possessions that Gayle was trying to keep from Singh all belonged to Singh, as Singh's mother and father established Edwin as the cool artist, truth teller to the black people. The black masses, including greedy, lacking gratitude Gayle, are descendants of the original Jews who killed Christ. She is as evil as her original ancestors. She could not even let the only rightful heir to Edwin's estate, including his equipment, have his equipment. She had it sold for $8,000 or donated it or something like that. I think what's the collection of items that Singh had sorted through, I think she sold that for $8,000. And so a pittance of what it's worth, minus the cost of the people who put the sale on. This left about $6,000 to be split 9 ways. 8 illegitimate children who deserved nothing from Singh Birdsong's father's estate. Gayle even kicked Singh out of the house. And what happened is what mostly always happens to an empty house. It got broken into and plundered, thereby losing more money for the estate. Gayle has no street savvy, despite being smarts. She has no street savvy smarts, despite being street. Edwin had street smarts, though having been raised as a preacher's son, economically middle class. But Gayle is not like Edwin because she is not Edwin's biological child. Though he may have been her proximity father, the one who physically screwed her mother, the baby is conceived within the DNA and the DNA is distributed within the divine spark, which occurs within, in the heart brain, in the head brain, mind, and genitals within. That's why Jesus Christ, being Charan Singh, quote on the back of the RSSB book, Legacy of Love, sponsored by Jesus Christ, being Charan Singh, being Govinda Singh Dillon, read. I'll paraphrase. I hope you will come to embrace the invisible, as it is more powerful than the visible, the physical. So the mother's heart, her feeling, selects the baby's father when her attention catches the one, in quotes, and focuses on him, however briefly. The fact that only Singh Birdsong is Edwin Birdsong's only biological child just goes to show that only one of his so-called baby's mothers chose Edwin as the one, the perfect one, Bach, to be her, Beethoven, baby's, Mozart's dad. Singh should demand all of the pretenders to the throne, all of those claiming to be Edward's children, get DNA tests from and agreed upon by all source. Whoever Angela and Anthony's father is, he must be or must have been a fine human being because they are fine people. We know Linda Gayle's mother hated her, so we attract what we are. So Linda Gayle's father and his DNA must be that of a hater's. Singh needs to, and of course Robin's father, Stevie Wonder, has felt such remorse for his part in killing Christ that he's, become a nice person, an humble person. As a matter of fact, he paid $5,000 for Singh a semester at the new school for majoring in music. Singh needs to become executor of his father's estate immediately after the results of the DNA testing becomes known, before Linda Gayle wastes more of his money. If they have nothing to hide, they'll have the testing done within the next week or two. If anybody refuses, Singh should immediately sue them for fraud. Candace, who looks nothing like Edwin, in fact, that fact prompted me to do a video about her mother's hoax. Her mother had the nerve to fly. Her mother was dating another man at that time. Time of Candace's so-called conception. Her mother had the nerve to fly to Edwin's funeral at the expense of Edwin's estate. Sterling got $20,000 from his fake dad to make a down payment on a house. That money should have gone to Edwin's biological son, Singh Birdsong. Shabiba, the so-called daughter, made while Edwin was still married to T. Michelle in their bed in their house, while T. Michelle and Singh and Robin were in L.A. comforting Edwin's widowed mother, Josephine. Shabiba didn't have the nerve to show her face or her elephantine body. She's big as an elephant. She was when I saw her anyway, at Edwin's funeral. So she didn't come to the funeral. But later she asked Linda Gayle for money from the estate. When Shabiba was 3 or 4 years old, she accused T. Michelle, Edwin's then wife, me, that T. Michelle, she accused her of wanting Edwin's money. T. Michelle at that time all the pages are stuck together. I hate it when that happens. Hadn't a clue as to what the child was talking about. Any money Edwin had or would have was as a result of Tim Michelle's ideas and physical efforts as much as Edwin's. So Tim Michelle and their children were most definitely entitled to Edwin's money or Edwin's estate. If any of the children whose mothers named Edwin as their fathers, Edwin taking their word for it, don't want to take DNA tests, they can sign a stipulation that they are not Edwin's child and have no claim to his money or property, including to his royalties. There is $90,000 in the Edwin Birdsong bank account. That money belongs to Singh Birdsong, Edwin Birdsong's only biological son, and the lawyers, unless the lawyers want to do the right thing and say, we'll forego our fees. Enough of Singh Birdsong's money has been spent, has been wasted by others, especially by Linda Gayle, the executor from hell. near the end of his life, after Singh had shaved his head, bald like Edwin's, and was a spitting image of Edwin, unlike any of his other so-called children, and the fact that Singh and Edwin have identical-looking feet, and the fact that Singh has the same profession and skills as his father, singer, songwriter, musician, entertainer. Edwin realized Singh was his biological son. During their days as fuck buddies, the black Muslim groupie Daya Ali had talked Edwin into believing that Singh was not his son. That's one reason Edwin had no difficulty abandoning Singh. Now, toward the end of Edwin's life, one day he grabbed Singh's hands in his and cried, sobbed, realizing he had been made a fool of by a gold-digging home wrecker, Daya Ali. Edwin said to Singh, realizing, unlike any of his other so-called children, Singh had given up everything to come to be a source of comfort to his dad in his old age. As Edwin sobbed, he said, "I don't deserve you. But God is merciful. He, Jesus Christ, being Charan Singh, being Govinda Singh, is restoring Edwin to life, so Singh can at last have a loving, trusting father, as Edwin being Lazarus, who Jesus once before raised from the dead." T. Michelle Birdsong having been Lazarus' sister Mary, and Mary Panama being Lazarus, and Mary's sister Martha being the Queen of Brazil. That's Mary Panama being the Queen of Brazil, for being her reward for being generous and a loving friend to the poor homeless, including to T. Michelle Birdsong. Jesus Christ being Charan Singh, who was cremated in 1990, nevertheless showed up body intact, unburned, at a Guru Govinda Singh Dhillon, the Buddha's meeting with his disciples, including with T. Michelle Birdsong in 2014 or thereabouts in Petaluma, California. As T. Michelle watched Jesus Christ being Charan Singh sitting there animated, alive, she realized she was witnessing a resurrection. So she knows it's possible. So when Babaji, Jesus Christ, said Edwin will be resurrected by him, she wholeheartedly believed him, still believes him. She also saw, while remote viewing, Jesus Christ being Maharaji Charan Singh enter feet first into the top of the head of the form of Govinda Singh Dhillon, losing his identity, Jesus Christ, Charan Singh's identity, and becoming Govinda Singh Dhillon. Govinda Singh now also being Jesus Christ, being Charan Singh. More justice. Singh Birdsong's martyrdom reward is another father to mentor him. Abraham Lincoln now being Anthony Tony Robbins, once having been husband of T. Michelle Birdsong being Mary Todd Lincoln, First Lady of the United States. As a young boy, T. Michelle had introduced Singh to the CDs of Tony Robbins, and until today he still listens to Tony Robbins CDs. Soon, Singh will be able to talk to Tony face-to-face and on the telephone whenever he wants. Tony Robbins knows Singh Birdsong's story, and he knows, having been married to T. Michelle, just as Stevie Wonder's savior, Johan Vagoda, had been married to her. He knows her. Tony Robbins volunteered to be Singh Birdsong's dad, Singh Birdsong being a projection of Jesus Christ. Charan Singh will continue also to be guided by Jesus Christ, Charan Singh being Govinda Singh Dhillon, as he guides his wife, T. Michelle Birdsong, and his other daughter, Robin Michelle Birdsong, talking about Govinda Singh. Guides his wife, T. Michelle Birdsong, and his other daughter, Robin Michelle Birdsong, the only biological child of Stevie Wonder. She was conceived in 1967 or 68 on an American Airlines 727 jet as T. Michelle first-class cabin stewardess and Stevie Wonder first-class passenger walked arm in arm as she led him to the lavatory. She asked him if he needed her to go into the lavatory with him. He said no. We can assume his fingertips wiped below his hips. Then he washed his fingertips, sniffed them, and getting that they were clean, dried them on the toilet paper. That which the culture went on a panic buying spree because of coronavirus. More justice for Singh Birdsong after Linda Gayle kicked the only rightful heir to the house out of the house. He went to Edwin's studio in downtown L.A. It only had a couch and no shower. Then the government closed the building due to coronavirus, they said. Meanwhile, his mother, T. Michelle Birdsong, had been meditating, reading her Bible, and praying to Jesus, Baba Ji, Govinda Singh Dillon, to help Singh. She had known that Linda Gayle had been putting Singh through hell, robbing him, although she's not surprised. Edwin had so much as told her that some of his children were ghetto, were niggas, Christ killers. But now Singh is staying in Anthony, the oldest, back bedroom. Anthony's divorced, so they're great companions for each other. Both of them have good senses of humor. So Singh gets to laugh a lot and be around children. Anthony has children. Singh had become very dark, being that she was abused by Linda Gayle and having no one to talk to. He had been driving Edwin's car when he was rear-ended, hit from behind by a truck. It was the truck driver's fault. Were it not that Singh had a computer and his favorite guitar in the trunk, which stopped the blow from coming to the front and breaking his back. Singh was blessed. Blessed something enough. Oh, and Linda Gayle said Singh had to pay for the car, which was totaled. Linda Gayle, I hope, pays for mistreating Singh and Robin by losing her power as a state executor immediately, and Singh should take over with help from his sister Robin. In the beginning, the children said Edwin had been helping some of them financially, and this could continue for 6 months. Robin, who has a master's degree in psychology and is a self-taught astrologer, and is currently in school seeking certification, got $800 a month for 6 months from a company that granted one share of estate payments. So Linda Gayle tried to humiliate Robin by blasting this, her personal business. Robin said to the children, "I'm glad she put my business out, so I can warn you all, don't do what I did. It's a scam. The terms are awful. It's not worth it. Take my experience as a warning. That's not something you want to do. You don't want to get an advance on your share of the estate." I told Robin Michelle she's a class act. Instead of getting mad at Linda Gayle for putting her business in the street, she used Linda Gayle's evil intentions around. She turned Linda Gayle's evil intentions around to something good, a help for the children. The truth about those organizations that advance your share of estate money. Singh, who did not get mad at Linda Gayle when she was mistreating him, became furious when he saw her trying to humiliate Robin. Robin and Singh being Antony and Brother Wright, the Christian childless married couple who were T. Michelle's other mother and other father, who raised her to be into God, God's Son, Jesus Christ, nightly prayer, nightly meditation. Robin still meditates 2.5 hours a day. And she's been a lacto-vegetarian most of her life. Singh has been a vegetarian all his life, and T. Michelle Birdsong has been a lacto-vegetarian for 49 years. Okay, I'm going to stop now because I'm running out of time, and I'll do a part 3 for you. Thank you so much for watching.